Hey, what's up, Dynasty owners? It's Jay Pounds, and we got another weekly video for you guys. Before we get into the video, as always, please like the video, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Um, the comments, the likes, those help out tremendously. They help push our videos to people that watch like-minded things, and it'll help Dynasty Owner grow. That is definitely the main goal here: is help Dynasty Owner grow. The more we grow, the more leagues you guys can play. The more people we got to buy your teams, the more teams that are for sale, the more orphan teams there's going to be. Just it's a snowball effect, and it can have a very good effect on Dynasty Owner. But again, guys, please like the video and comment. We will always comment back, say what's up, and things of that nature, and it is always greatly appreciated. Before we hop into the free agents this week, as always, we're going to hit you guys with Jay's weekly recap. I love doing this. It's just fun to talk football with y'all. Up first, we got the Ravens and the Dolphins. This game kind of started off a very weird week. It was an upset, 22-10. I just kind of credit this to the Ravens just being tired, overlooking an opponent and being tired. The Cowboys got back on track against the Falcons. The defense, I had a feeling it was for real. I needed to see it again though. They put up laid an egg against the Broncos the week before, but the 43-3 score against the Falcons looks good. Trayvon Diggs had another interception, league leading 8th pick. The Saints and the Titans. For some reason, I feel Sean Payton wants to get fired. I don't know why else you would start Trevor Simeon, however you say his name, over Taysom Hill, who you're paying $12.5 million a year, and who did not look that bad last year when he was the starting quarterback. Simeon is now 0-2 as the starter for the Saints, and I'm just mind blown that he is still in consideration. He didn't have a horrible week, but 19 for 34, 298, and 2 touchdowns. I believe he did have an interception. Excuse me. I do believe he had an interception, but still, it just you're not winning ball games, and there's a reason. He's not getting in the end zone. He looks like I didn't watch much of this game, but it looks like he's driving the field and just not cashing in the red zone. The Jaguars almost squeaked out one against the Colts, but it didn't happen. Jonathan Taylor is the clear-cut running back one right now. Baker Mayfield laid another stinker. Man, this dude's so inconsistent anymore. It's not even funny. He needs everything to go right around him to win. If he's lacking a run game, it looks like this. If he's lacking receivers, it looks bad. If his defense doesn't play well, it looks bad. It's just he needs everybody else around him to play well. I'm still not saying he is a complete joke or anything like that. He is definitely a serviceable starter. He just needs to be in the right situation to win a lot of football games. Otherwise, you're going to get this 5-5 record that he's got. The Bills and the Jets don't need to spend hardly any time on that. That was a mollywhopping by the Bills. Josh Allen is starting to get in his groove. My Steelers, man, they tied the Lions. I knew it was bad when Mason Rudolph came out and started with a couple high throws, and it looked horrible from there. For some reason, the Steelers let Mason Rudolph throw the ball 50 times. 50 times you're letting Mason Rudolph throw the ball. It's just never going to cut it. That game should have went to Dwayne Haskins, plain and simple. The Washington football team, they came out and did what they always do, seemingly against the Buccaneers when Heineke is the quarterback, and they put on a show, man. They did lose Chase Young for the year, but their playoff hopes are nothing anyway. The Panthers are getting back on track, 500. This is really the biggest story of the week. Cam Newton back to the Carolinas. Man, it was such an awesome return. It was cool to see him score that touchdown and let everybody know that he's back. The Chargers, man, they just can't figure out if they want to win or lose football games. I don't know. They're playing. I mean, the Vikings aren't a horrible team, but they're not good. I shouldn't say they're not good. They're good, but they're not great. And the Chargers just could not find a way to put them away. And the Vikings have played tough all year. Credit to the Vikings, but the Chargers, man, a couple weeks ago they looked like they were going to be AFC contenders, and now it's just blah. The Broncos laid an absolute egg against the Eagles. I actually expected the Broncos to win this game and kind of set themselves up for a possible playoff push, and it just went the other way, and I don't see that happening anymore. Russell Wilson finally came back from his finger injury, and it did not go well. They put up a big old goose egg. They are now 3-6. It does not look like they're going to be making the playoffs, and I am going to go ahead and go on the record and say Russell Wilson is probably going to want out of Seattle after this season. Yes, it was an injury, injuries, and Chris Carson's been injured, and Russ has been injured, but it's not working out in Seattle anymore. I think it's time to move on. Here's an interesting trade. The Cleveland Browns get Russell Wilson for Baker Mayfield and 2 first-round picks or something like that. I like it. The Chiefs and the Raiders. The Chiefs got back on track. Patrick Mahomes put up his normal 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. It ain't been normal this season, but he did it. Hopefully this is the Chiefs righting the wrong, because football is a lot of fun when the Chiefs are good, especially right now with Hill and Kelsey in their primes and Patrick Mahomes slinging the ball to them. It's a lot of fun to watch, and I'm hoping the run ain't over just yet. And last but not least, we got the Rams getting blown out by the 49ers. Unbelievable week, really, of upsets. This whole season has just been so weird. I've been saying it a lot on Twitter, and I really mean it. It has been so stinking weird this year. It's been upset after upset. Just look at the rankings for the players right now, and that'll tell you all you need to know. That's all I got for Jay's weekly recap. Let's go ahead and get right in to the free agents for week 11. They're drying up quick still, guys. Make sure you guys get them in. There is going to be one here that I'm trying to project ahead, and I think it'll be a good one. I think you guys will like it. But let's get right into it, guys. Number 1, we got Cam Newton. Cam Newton for the Carolina Panthers. I know his roster ship's a little bit up there. It's over the threshold I like, but it's Cam Newton, man. It's too good of a story to pass up as a football fan. I had to put him in here. I actually picked Cam Newton up on I'm a contending team, and I'm very quarterback needy. I'll explain the situation very fast. Basically, I had Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston goes down. I'm up against the cap because I'm literally as all in as you can be on this team, and injuries have kind of screwed me up in the beginning, but I'm back in the playoffs and everything now. So Jameis Winston goes down. I'm like, oh, crap. Okay, the 25% of bench score, I have to have a second quarterback. So what do I do here? I looked. So the only salaries that would fit was Derek Carr and Taysom Hill. So I drop amnesty Russell Wilson, pick up Derek Carr, pick up. I'm having a brain fart now. Taysom Hill, and after I do that, it gets announced Trevor Siemian's the starter, so I pick up Heineke. Luckily, he had just got dropped. Picked up Heineke. Then I get the news that Fitzpatrick's out for the year. I'm like, all right, cool. I got 2 quarterbacks, but don't want to find myself in this situation again. Next day or two, Cam Newton gets signed. I'm like, all right, I'm taking a chance here no matter what. I missed out on PJ Walker. I am not missing out on Cam Newton, so I bid on him early, and I got him luckily, and I'm glad I did because he's 75.74% owned, and he is going to cost you to get him. I'm telling you right now, if you want to pick up Cam Newton, you better bid at least $5 Dynasty on him. $5 million Dynasty on him, I bet. After Cam Newton, guys, and sorry, I don't want to move on just yet. He started out great. They put in a couple play package for him, and the first 2 plays he was in, he cashed in the end zone twice. It was just classic Cam Newton, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do with Joe Brady. After that, we got Marcus Johnson, wide receiver, Tennessee Titans, 1 year, $1.1 million salary, and he is 0.59% rostered. That means he is in just about every league he's available in, and this is somebody I highly recommend picking up, especially if you need some help over the short term. While Julio Jones is on IR, I fully expect this guy to be the go-to guy opposite of A.J. Brown, especially after the spots he just got the Titans out of this week. I watched the highlights of it, And it just seemed like every time the Titans were in a bad spot, Ryan Tannehill went to Marcus Johnson and he bailed him out. And that builds up trust, especially over with Julio going on IR. That's 3 games. So Marcus Johnson's got at least 3 games to prove himself here in the league. And I honestly, after seeing him play this week, I don't see any reason he doesn't. Like I said, I didn't watch the game. I did watch some highlights of it, and he just looked great every time he touched the ball. Excuse me. After Marcus Johnson, we have Donta Foreman, his teammate, running back, Tennessee Titans, 1 year, $920,000. He is 37.87% rostered. I kind of seen this one coming. I had him on last week. He didn't do much that week, but he just looked a lot better than Adrian Peterson. Neither one of them did a whole lot on the ground this week. He was 11 carries, or Foreman was 11 carries for 30 yards. Adrian Peterson had 8 for 21. So it was a 2.7 yards per carry, 2.6, but Peterson just looked bad. Through the air, Donta Foreman did catch 2 passes for 48 yards. One of them being a 39-yarder. So he had the only explosive play out of the backfield. He got the most carries, and it just looks like that's who the Titans are going to go with until Derrick Henry's back. So if you're able to grab Donta Foreman, that's going to give you, kind of a plug-and-play type running back, flex play, hopefully a bench play, hopefully not a flex play if you're contending. But somebody solid that you can put on your bench and get you 3 points after the 25%. After Donta Foreman, we have a repeat. This guy has been on the list a couple times now, and I'm going to continue to put him on here until you guys get him on enough teams that he doesn't need to be on here. It's getting disrespectful at this point. It's kind of like Cole Beasley was a couple weeks ago. But we got Kendrick Bourne, wide receiver, New England Patriots, 3 years, $5 million. He is 53.58% rostered. Kendrick Bourne, man, all this dude does is put up double-digit points, and the dynasty owner community just wants to poop on him. I don't get it. No, he had 3 rushes for 43 yards, and what that's telling you is Bill Belichick loves the dude. He's putting him a little bit everywhere. It's kind of like what we thought Jonnu Smith was going to do in the beginning of the year, and he's cashing in. His longest rush was 17 yards. That means it's 43 yards. It's like, 14 yards a carry or something like that. On 3 carries, that's solid. That means they have a game plan for him. And then he had seen 4 targets in the passing game, caught all 4 of them, 98 yards and a touchdown. If you take the first 2 weeks out of this season, he has scored double-digit dynasty owner points 5 times while scoring single digits 3 times. That's something you guys can all use on your bench. I'm almost sure of it. I have one team that I wouldn't play Kendrick Bourne on, and it's because I got Brandon Cooks, Michael Pittman, Jamar Chase, A.J. Brown, Deontay Johnson, and I'm missing somebody, Jerry Jeudy. I got all those guys. I'm never going to play Kendrick Bourne, but unless you got something like that, Kendrick Bourne is 100% somebody you should have on your roster. He's going to get you, every 10 points is 2.5 on your total score. So if he's getting you these double-digit weeks, man, that's 4 or 5 points extra. You know how many games a year you lose by 4 or 5 points? Pick up Kendrick Bourne, guys. Come on. Let me stop talking about Kendrick Bourne next week, please. Please. Thanks, guys. If you don't like Kendrick Bourne, comment down below and tell me why. I'm interested to hear. I'm in a 14-team league that's not dynasty owner related, and I have Kendrick Bourne on that team, and he's been helping me win weeks. I'm in 3rd place in that league. It's the worst team I think I've ever seen that's winning somehow, and Kendrick Bourne's an integral part of that, guys. Pick up Kendrick Bourne. Serious. And last but not least, we got Wayne Gallman, running back, Atlanta Falcons, 1 year, $990,000. He is 63.31% rostered, and I know what you're thinking. He got carries in garbage time. They got blown out. That's the only reason they seen the ball. But if you go and look at Mike Davis's touches, they've been dwindling each week. I don't see him having much of a role after this. Cordero Patterson went down with an ankle injury. If he happens to not play this Thursday, I think it's going to be a Wayne Gallman game. You'll see Mike Davis with a role, but I think you'll see Wayne Gallman with the majority of the touches after things get going. It's just somebody. This is who I'm talking about. If you can project a couple weeks out here with as bad as Mike Davis has struggled, Cordero Patterson's not a true running back, so he's not going to get all these types of carries. They're going to have somebody that they hand the ball off to like a traditional running back, and it's going to be Wayne Gallman. Just like I said, give it 2 weeks, and Wayne Gallman will be somebody you want on your fantasy roster, at least on the bench. No, Wayne Gallman is not going to come out and be a running back 1, not even a running back 2 or 3 probably, but he will get you some solid bench points. He's going to be usable at some point throughout the rest of the season, and if you get him now, you're not going to have to pay a bunch of dynasty dollars for him. That's what I'm trying to help you out with here. I'm going to help your fantasy team and your pocketbook at the same time. If you can't tell what part of the country I'm from saying pocketbook, do some research. No, but for real, guys, thank you for watching the video. This is your week 11 free agent targets. It's getting thin out there. It's getting real thin. Make sure you guys get who you want now, because there's going to be very little production left by the time we cut the free agent pickups up off. I think that's all I got for you guys today. Like I said, please like, subscribe, notification bell, and please comment. I thank you guys for the ones that do comment. I enjoy reading them. I enjoy commenting back. But me and one of the guys had a nice little back and forth about some football, and it was just good conversation. I talk to my buddies Bryce and Eli all the time on Twitter. We met through this, and it's just been a lot of fun. And I would like to add some more people to that, and we can get a nice little group going, and maybe even start another league here next year. Just something fun to think of. But like I said, guys, thank you for watching Dynasty Owner. Thank you for watching the YouTube channel. Thank you for checking this out. Stay safe out there, and we will catch you guys next week.